Do you want to study for a master's degree, doctoral degree, or postdoctoral research in the USA and you're looking for funding opportunity to support your study? In this video, I'll be sharing with you an international fellowship that supports full-time graduate study of master's degree or postdoctoral research in any USA institution. Let's get to my computer, guys, so I'll tell you about this fellowship opportunity. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel if you're a returning subscriber, and if this is your first time on this channel, you are welcome. Thank you for clicking the link to watch this video. My name is Esther. I'm an international student in the USA, and as of the time of recording this video, I'm studying for my master's degree. On this episode of Target series, I'll be sharing with you a funding opportunity for international fellowships for international students. It will interest you to know that this fellowship awards up to $50,000 US to support international students in any institution in the USA. That is, this funding is not only particular to a certain school, it is for all schools, any schools, and it covers your full-time graduate study, either for an MSc degree, a doctoral degree, or a postdoctoral research. This funding is available for you to use for your educational expenses, your travel expenses, your dependent child care. That is, if you're going to travel to the USA with a child, this funding is available for caring for that child. Also, this funding can be used for travel to professional conferences. So guys, with that much said, let's get to my computer so I can show you this funding opportunity. So guys, here is the website of the AAUW, and that stands for the American Association of University Women, and this is the nation's leading voice promoting equity and education for women and girls. Here we are on their website page for the fellowship and grant opportunities, and today guys, I'll be walking you through these two most important top tabs on their website, which is the current funding opportunities and the tips for getting funding. Right now, we are on the current funding opportunities tab, so I would want you to scroll down. And this is the link to apply. But before we jump to the link to apply, I would want to walk you through the current funding opportunities. Not to worry, guys, all the links to all these tips I'll be showing you on this website for this opportunity will be in the description below. So kindly look out for that and use the link to submit your application as soon as possible. On their current opportunities, they have different fellowships and grants that you can apply for. It only depends on your status when it comes to US citizenship and residency. And right here, if we scroll down under the citizenship and residency, just as I spoke about, almost all of this opportunity is restricted to you being a US citizen or permanent resident. So if you're watching this video and you're a US citizen or you're a permanent resident, you're welcome to apply for the American Fellowship, the Career Development Grant, the Community Action Grant, International Project Grant, Research Publication Grant in Engineering, Medicine, and Science, and also Selected Professions Fellowships. However, not to worry if you're an international student or international applicant, because you can still submit your application for the international fellowships. And if we scroll down, particularly the citizenship and residency for this fellowship states that you must not be a US citizen or permanent resident to apply for this fellowship. So guys, let's explore this opportunity for international fellowships. We can see right here under the current funding opportunities for international fellowships states that they have funding ranging from $20,000 to $50,000 US. And this opportunity has been open since August this year and is going to close by November 15th. So guys, hurry if you want to pursue this opportunity and submit your application before November 15th. However, if you're not able to meet up this deadline to submit your application for this fellowship, you can prepare your application materials and put in your application next year when the application opens by August 1st. So not to worry, you're still not going to miss out on this opportunity. If we scroll down on this page, This program provides support for women pursuing full-time graduate or postdoctoral study in the United States to women who are not US citizens or permanent residents. And also, both graduate and postgraduate studies at accredited US institutions are supported through this fellowship. So either you are applying for a graduate degree or a postgraduate degree, this fellowship will be able to support you. Applicants must have earned the equivalent of US bachelor's degree by the application deadline, which is November 15th, and you must have applied to your proposed institutions of study by the time you apply. So this simply means that when you are applying for this fellowship, you should have applied to a US university. However, it necessarily does not mean you must have gotten an admission in the US university. They only require that you should have applied to a US university when you're submitting the application for this fellowship. Let's explore the tab they have under these international fellowships. The award amount. If you're applying for a master's degree, so let's say you submitted your application for a master's degree in a US institution, you'll be awarded $20,000 from this fellowship. If you're applying for a PhD in any US institution and you apply for this fellowship, you'll be qualified to get an amount of $25,000. Also, if you're applying for a postdoctoral in any US institution, then you'll be getting $50,000. That's $50,000. This is the timeline for application. So the application opens August 1st this year, and for you to also note, this application opens every year. So if you don't meet up the timeline for this year, definitely you can apply next year. Just prepare your application material, and as soon as August 1st 2023 comes on, look out for this application and put in your application. This application is going to end by November 15th, and it's only for online submission of applications. Your recommendation and your supporting documents should all be completed by this deadline. Guys, I would want you to take note of this time. This is a deadline of 11:59 p.m. on November 15th, Pacific Standard Time. So take note of this time zone, which will be different from your local time zone if you are abroad or if you are outside the US, or even if you are within the US. Take note of this time zone because this could be different from your local time zone. Make sure you put down this deadline in your own time zone so you don't miss out on this deadline for these fellowship applications. Also, they said by April 15th of the following year, which is 2023, the notification of decisions will be emailed to all applicants. So you're going to know if you get the funding for the fellowship or not. And also, your fellowship year is going to start from July 1st, 2023 to June 30th, 2024. If we scroll down to explore the eligibility criteria, so it says this fellowship are open to previous recipients of any AAUW national fellowship or grant. We have also other eligibility. It will interest you to know that unsuccessful applicants may also reapply. So it means even if you submit your application this year and you are not able to get awarded this fellowship, you can still apply in the coming year for this same fellowship. And you are eligible to apply for this international fellowship if you meet the following criteria. Guys, please kindly take note of these criteria. The first is you must have a citizenship in a country other than the USA. You must hold an academic degree equivalent to a US bachelor's degree, which should be completed by November 15th this year. That is, before the deadline, you should have completed a bachelor's degree or an academic degree or a master's degree, depending on the level of the next degree fellowship you're applying for. Also, if you intend to apply, you must intend to devote yourself to full time to the proposed academic plan during the fellowship year. And you must intend to return to your own country to pursue a professional career upon completion of your studies in the USA. You should also be able to show proof of proficiency in English and confirm proficiency by submitting one of the required components, which I will show to you, which include either having English proficiency exams, transcripts from English speaking institution, or a written statement verifying English is your native language. Also, you must have a master's or first professional degree, and a doctoral applicant must have applied by November 15th, 2022 to an accredited institution of study within the US for the period of the fellowship year, and must indicate the name of that institution in the international fellowship application. So guys, this is the reason why they require you to have submitted your application to a US institution, because you will be stating the name of this institution during your application for these fellowships. These are other requirements if you're going to apply for this fellowship. The link for this will be in the description below, so guys, kindly check that out. Let us explore the criteria for selection and application review. So these are the criteria that have been listed right here, and they said to ensure a fair review process, AAUW does not comment on the deliberations of its award panels. So these are all the things they are looking out for in your application for them to be able to select you to be a recipient of these fellowships. These are other regulations pertaining to the fellowship. So if you are given this fellowship, or if you are awarded this fellowship, you can be able to use your funds to cater for your educational expenses, your living expenses, your dependent child care. So if you're coming to the USA with a dependent, then you can use these funds to cater for them. You can also use this fund for travel to professional meetings, conferences, or seminars that do not exceed 10% of the fellowship total. You must note that you cannot use this fellowship funding for all these listed below, which ranges from the purchase of equipment, indirect cost, research assistance, tuition for dependent education, travel to or from your own country, or travel to your own country for fellows research locations. So these are all things you can use the fund for and that you cannot use the fund for. So take note of that so you are very much aware before you submit your application. So guys, let's check the last tab, which says the required component. So when you're starting the application process, you're going to be using the Apply Now button. I'll also share that link in the description below so that will take you directly to the application page. And you have the start, you have the background, and you have the proposal that you're going to be writing for this fellowship. You have recommendations, and your recommendations, they said you should provide 3 recommendations from professors or professional colleagues well acquainted with the applicants, their work, and their academic background. And also, the document you will be needing for this application will be your proof of highest degree, that is the highest degree you have as of the time you are applying for this fellowship, or the highest degree you would acquire before the deadline of November 15th that this fellowship is going to close. Also, your transcript from your school or your previous degree, you must be able to submit that, and also proof of enrollment into the US universities you'll be going to. So that is to say, you must have at least enrolled into that school by the time you'll be applying for this fellowship. These are also other requirements they need. Most especially, guys, I want you to see this proof of English proficiency. They say you should upload one of the following. If you have a TOEFL or an IELTS score, you can submit the official report for this fellowship application, and this is the minimum required scores for you to have in those tests. If you don't have the TOEFL or IELTS exams, you can submit a written statement that verifies that your native language is in English, or you submit your academic transcript or diploma confirming that your secondary diploma or undergraduate degree is from an English-speaking institution, or that one of the semester of full-time study in your discipline was at an English-speaking institution between November 2020 and November 2022. On this channel, I share content such as this one you're exploring for scholarship opportunities or study in the USA opportunities, and I also share visa interview tips. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, kindly do so, at least to support me. Also, turn on your post notification bell so you don't miss out whenever I make a timely post such as this one, because for this application, the deadline is November 15. That is next month, guys. So you need to hurry and submit your application. Also, please share this with other students that you know will benefit from this content. Let's get back to the fellowship we're looking at. Below are all the information you need, and this is the link where you're going to go to see more fellowship and grant opportunities, and I'll click on that for you to see. So right now, this is the application page for you to submit your application, and the first thing you need to do is put in your email or your password if you already registered to submit this application. However, if this is your first time navigating this application page, then you have to come here, and where it says don't have an account, you need to click on register. When you click on register, that is going to give you a page for you to create an account, and you can put in your email that you want to use for this application. You can set your password, and you can put your birth date. This is why they've requested for your birth date. They require all users to provide their birth dates to encourage authenticity and comply with regulations governing the collection of personally identifiable information from minors. So they want to make sure there are no minors submitting these applications, and that is why they have requested you to submit your birth date while you're registering. And when you're done filling all this information, all you have to do is just click on register, and that will create an account for you to be able to log in into this page. Once you're able to create your account, each time you visit this application page, you always just need to put in your email and your password, and you can toggle on remember me if you're using your personalized computer, so you don't have to put in your login details each time you visit this website, and that is how you can start your application. Before I finish this video, I'm going to take you back to the home page right here that says the tips for getting funding. I'm also going to put the link for this in the description below, so guys, look out for that. Let's explore the tips for getting funding. Right here, these are the tips for getting educational funding with the AAUW, and they've provided several supports for you on how to be able to submit good documents that would help you get this funding. This is a resource for you on how to write your proposal. You can see a well-written fellowship or grant proposal can make your funding request shine. So by putting the time and effort into your application, you are investing in your future. So this is a page you can follow through on how you can write your proposal, follow all the instructions, lay the groundwork, be clear and realistic, be transparent, be concise, proofread thoroughly, and have someone else read the completed proposal before you submit your proposal. So I think they really took this very important. And also right here, you can also explore other career tips they have. 3 questionnaires for some of their faces of the previous recipients of this funding, and you can go back here to explore the current funding opportunities that is available for this fellowship, which was where we started from right here. This, don't forget, this American fellowship is only for those that are citizenship, and the one we just spoke about are those that are for international students. I hope you're able to submit your application before the deadline closes, and I really look forward to you getting this fellowship opportunity. Don't forget, the links to all the pages I showed you in this video will be in the description below, so kindly check them out. Also, please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, and turn on your post notification bell. Thank you so much for watching this episode of the Target series. Kindly look out for other episodes on the Target series playlist if you haven't, and I'll see you in my next video. Till then guys, stay tuned. Peace.